Hey guys, are you ready to transform your mind so you can transform your life? Coach Myrna brings you one-on-one coaching and expert guests weekly to help you to grow. Because happiness is the progressive realization of a worthy goal.
Looking for personal growth? Let's do it.
Welcome back to the Transform Your Mind to Transform Your Life radio podcast and television show. I'm your host, Life Coach Myrna Young, and sitting in the guest chair today is Tom Palladino. Tom and I are going to be talking on the topic using scalar energy to heal suffering. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you for the invite. Thanks.
You're very welcome. All right, so let me give you guys a brief introduction to Tom. Tom Palladino is a scalar energy researcher with over 25 years of experience developing healing techniques designed to help people all over the world to recover from pathogenic infections and experience true health and wellness. Scalar energy is the fundamental life force found everywhere in the world, space, and universe. It originates from the sun and the stars. Chi, prana, OM, mana, life force, pyramid energy, or 0-point energy are all synonymous terms used for scalar energy. He theorized that all energy in the universe initiates a scalar energy, and that the sun of our solar system and the stars of the universe are points of origin, the storehouses, per se, for scalar energy. He further theorized that scalar energy is instructive energy, as the entire universe is instructed by this divine essence. Subsequently, all spiritual, cognitive, emotional, and physical action in the universe is initiated and maintained by scalar energy interactions. Scalar energy provides order in the universe. All right, Tom, so let's dive right in. I have never heard the term scalar energy, but of course, I know all about quantum energy. I know about divine energy. So what exactly is scalar energy and how it works? I know you gave a brief introduction in your bio, but maybe you want to expand on that.
Yeah, sure. Well, you are an expert in what you just described, scalar energy, quantum energy, divine energy, all of those are synonymous terms. To be clear, we're not working with electricity. We're working with the initial energy of the universe, the energy that powers the sun and the stars. So scalar energy, scalar light, originates from the sun and the stars. Why? God created the sun and the stars. This is God's energy. Okay? This is not man-made. So I've developed instruments that can capture that energy from the sun. I'm capturing electricity, I'm capturing scalar energy. The two are quite different. And this technology, scalar physics, is different than that of electrodynamics. So, the point is we have energy. Energy is fundamental. Energy can perform a function. Energy is capable of work. I prefer to use scalar energy, the energy of the stars, the energy of the sun, to perform work as opposed to electricity.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're right. I understand that energy and that divine energy. So how can we use this energy force to transmute pathogens and viruses? I've never heard it used for that purpose.
Okay. My work is groundbreaking. I'm in my laboratory. Behind me is a scalar light instrument. And the point that I'm going to reference throughout our conversation, it's groundbreaking. It's different. It's my work. So if you've never heard of this before, it's because I've never been able to share my large audience. Okay. So what's the point? When I work with these instruments, it's informational. We're in the quantum field. Everything is non-physical. It's spirit. It's non-physical energy. So I never work with people in person with this instrument. That's right. The instrument does not work with people. It works with photographs of people.
Oh, wow. Okay.
People will email their photograph to me. Now I'm holding my photograph up. What is that? It's a source of light, obviously. What's photograph? It's a light source for a person. What do I mean? It has scalar signatures on the photograph. Now, if you look at me, you know I'm wearing a blue shirt. You could see the color of my eyes, etc. If I look, if the photograph carries my characteristics, my photograph will carry the fact of my skin type, my skin color. It will carry my, if you will, biological characteristics. It will carry the color of my hair. It will carry my age. It will carry everything about. It's embedded in the photograph. That photograph carries my instructions. Okay. So you put that all together. I work with photographic force fields on a photograph. And I actually print out a photograph and place it in the instrument behind me. That instrument now is accessing my force field, my energy field, by placing my photograph inside that instrument. It's accessing my force field. Now, in so doing, I don't work with people. Their force field comes to me. The photograph carries their information. The photograph carries their soul, mind, and body. So I never work with people in the flesh. I work with their representation, which is a photograph. Actually, people bilocate to my laboratory. So this is the new science where you can be in two places at once. My photograph carries my genotype, carries my phenotype, but I'm still in my laboratory. I'm not on a photograph per se at a distance. That is, I'm still a physical person. I retain my physical personhood, but my photograph can travel at a distance and can carry my soul, mind, and body. Okay.
Wow.
So you put all of that together. My photograph has signatures, disease signatures. If I have a bacterium, it's found on my photograph. It's a disease signature. If I have cancer, it's found on my photograph. It's a disease signature. So this is the easy way of looking at disease or any other biological function or any other type of mental function through signatures. Now, just as we can turn on a light switch or turn it off, or turn on a computer and turn it off, we can turn off a disease signature on a photograph.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So my photograph, if I had the herpes virus on that photograph, I could turn it off. I could negate the signature of herpes in the quantum field on the photograph.
All right. So I mean, I understand this a little bit because I was working with someone the other day. I don't remember what it's called now, but they were using voice to do exactly what you're talking about. I was in one place and she was in one place, and she actually told me to send her a picture, actually. She told me to send her a picture, and then she had me say some words, and then this machine was able to scan my body and tell me a whole bunch of things that was wrong with my body. And it's they're using the voice. So I understand what you're saying. It's the first time I've actually heard that. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah. Now, and why? Because a voice is energy. Now, when we speak about it, energy by light or energy through sound, you have to keep in mind that light energy is the very top of creation. It's at the apex of creation. Energy is fundamental. And what is, if you will, the end result is a chemical state. So I work at this state of energy, not at the state of chemical. Why? Energy is fundamental. Chemicals and people, our bodily makeup is not fundamental. It's light, it's energy that decides who we are. So why work at the chemical level, which is the level of effect? Why not work at the causal level? Energy, light, sound. Very good.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So let's talk about the herpes virus that you just said. The herpes virus is supposed to be a virus that once it gets in your body, like AIDS, it's there forever.
Right.
So let's look at. I sent you a picture. Maybe I have a physical um uh, sore in my mouth, or maybe there's nothing that you can see, but it's my photograph have a picture of what's going on in my body. I'm assuming that. So how can we use that energy to reverse that? I'm assuming that's what you're doing.
Yes, exactly. And it's very simple because I can instruct this instrument. So I'm going to show in the instrument. The herpes virus has a signature, a disease signature. My photograph has a signature. If I place both of these photographs side by side one another, the herpes signature will be identified in me, and the energy will negate the herpes signature in me on the photograph.
Okay. Whether you can see it or not. It's the
Yes.
right. Okay. All right.
Exactly, because energy sees everything. It's our naked eye is, if you will, a poor substitute for identifying a disease pattern. So consider what I'm saying. All I need is a photograph of the herpes virus. Now, photograph is a source of light. My photograph is a source of light. These are two energy fields. These are two sources of light. There's nothing to do with a biological chemical reaction per se. I can find the energy signal of herpes in me, and I can negate the energy signal of herpes. As a result, herpes ceases to exist in my energy field.
Wow.
And that's how you get rid.
And your instruments is able to do that. I'm assuming. Is that what's doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the point of using this instrument. The instrument carries the instructions. If I tell the instrument to find the signature of herpes, it will do that. Then it will instruct that, if you will, that disassembling, that negation in me, in my energy field. Now, why is this so important? Because if we can have this interface through our energy fields and never touch the physical body, then we're working at the apex with the supreme force of the universe, energy, scalar energy. We don't have to rely upon chemical reactions. I don't want to be subject to the physical body. I'm not. I would much rather work through an energy field. I never work with people. I work through energy fields. It's so much easier, and the outcome is predetermined. Because when you tell, if you will, a disease signature to cease to exist, it does so in the energy field. You can command the energy field. Commanding the biological field is much harder, and the results are not very good. So why not work with a sure bet in the energy field as opposed to the chemical field, where you most of the time you fail?
Yeah. Wow. We have just come out the other side of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. How is your credit holding up? Has it been working overtime this season? Make sure you've got a plan to build credit fast after the holidays with Kickoff, the #1 credit building app in the App Store. Plans start at just $5 a month, and there's no credit check, no hidden fees, and no interest. If your credit is under 600, you can jump like 28 points in the first month. I started using Kickoff to build my credit, and I personally love the credit line feature of the app. Help your credit survive the holidays with Kickoff. For a limited time, get your first month free. Go to getkickoff.com/transform today. That website again is getkickoff.com/transform.
Must sign up via getkickoff.com/transform to activate offer. Offer applies to new Kickoff customers first month only. Subject to approval. Average impact of 28-point increase in first month based on Equifax Ventive scored 3.0. Changes for Kickoff customers with starting credit below 600 who made their first on-time payment between January 2021 and March 2024. Payment and credit activity outside Kickoff can have an impact on your credit. Terms and conditions may apply. Offer subject to change. Individual results may vary.
All right. Now, I just started reading this book, and when I was preparing for this interview, I realized that we're probably talking about the same thing. But I just started reading this book called "You Are the Placebo" by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and what he's saying is that thought can heal people because they think that, which is why it's called a placebo. They think that they're getting a drug, they think that they're getting surgery, and the fact that or the drug is going to work. But one of the first things he said, and I'm trying to do it myself now because it's amazing what he said, because he started off by saying that he healed his body of several fractures in his back. A truck hit him and he fell and broke 8 vertebrae in his back. And he basically said that he connected it to the life force that's in his body, the life force that knows where everything is, and told the life force what to do to heal his body. And it did. So compare that, the energy, because that's why I asked you if it's God energy, and you said it is. So this slot energy that we have in us, why do we need the machine to do it? Can we do it ourselves?
We do it every day. The human mind and the human heart are examples of scalar energy devices. The human mind, our thought, Joe Dispenza thought that he could heal himself, and he did. And he probably felt that he could heal himself. So those are scalar instruments of the mind and the heart. That's correct. And yes, the placebo effect plays into the way we think, the way we feel. That's absolutely correct. Thinking and feeling. They're scalar waves.
Okay.
It's not electricity. They're scalar waves. Why do I use an instrument? This is a different technique. It's not the only technique. So to be clear, there's 8 billion people on planet Earth. Everybody has a mind and a heart. Everybody has at least 2 scalar energy instruments to their beck and call, their mind and their heart. And that's what I'm trying to really inculcate. This is what I'm trying to impress upon people. We have to start accepting this other dimension of energy. There's something more than electricity and magnetism. So many times when you hear the expression 0-point energy, the field, the matrix, quantum, etc., we're referring to another dimension of energy, scalar energy, that is not electricity. The scalar energy dimension has greater potential than that of electricity.
Right. Yes. All right. So let's expand on that for a minute, because we went right to understanding how it works with the photograph. But you, in your bio, you said that this energy comes from the sun and it comes from the stars. So and I also know about quantum energy, where everything or the unified field, quantum energy, when everything exists as a possibility. Now, so how are we harnessing the energy from the sun? We're bringing it to do something with our healing. Expand on that more for somebody that's listening and me to understand it, how it works.
Really quick now, I'm going to point to the scalar energy instrument. You'll see that this instrument has no moving parts. It's simply harnessing the energy of the sun and the stars. Now, what is the point? Energy has instructions. Energy is actually all-knowing. Scalar energy is the energy of God. God is all-knowing. So scalar energy is all-knowing. When I work with this energy, it knows how to heal. There's no human action on my part. I literally turn this instrument on and walk away for an hour or so. I am not the healer. God is the healer. And in this case, God is choosing to manifest his glory through this energy, this divine energy, scalar light. So to be very clear, this is not a medical device. It's not a psychic device. We're working only through energy fields on photographs, and God is healing the template or the pattern body. In other words, the photograph carries the instructions. And once you, if you will, have the right instructions, then hopefully you'll have the right instructions, soul, mind, and body. Okay? So whatever we put into the photograph, we hope, we theorize that will translate into soul, mind, and body of good health.
Okay. So I'll just circle back there. So in Joe Dispenza's case, I was very impressed that he told this energy exactly how to fix his body because he was a chiropractor. So he knew to tell it step by step what to do. Right. So when someone sends you a picture and they said, I have cancer, or I have herpes, or I have something, when you put the picture in the machine, now the picture can read it, but do you tell it? You said you walk away. So do you tell it what to do? Or it automatically goes and does it? Yeah.
They instruct the instrument. Yeah, there's a certain type of engineering. Now, I've engineered the instrument to, if you will, broadcast what I consider to be health signatures, okay? Anti-disease signatures. But quite frankly, after I've engineered this instrument, the instrument working through this energy field does all the work. I do nothing. There's no human interpretation. Now, your audience should be very pleased with that statement. If there's only divine action, there's no human action, then there cannot be human error. There is no human error because the light of the sun and the stars is perfect. Nobody ever caught a disease from the sun and the stars. Nobody has ever had any type of chemical response from the sunlight or starlight because it's non-physical. All of my work is informational. So to be clear, once again, we're not working with people. We're working with information fields. That's the energy field that I think animates a person. So we, if you will, obviate the biological realm. I don't want to work the biological realm. I want to work only at the informational level. It's so much easier. I compare it to the informational levels when you can inform nature. You're driving the car. At the chemical biological level, you're pushing the car. Now, why do I say that? When you're at the informational level, driving a car, you instruct the car. You sit down and you instruct, you command the car. At the biological level, at the physical level, you're no longer instructing, you have to physically push the car. So I'm not being facetious in this analogy. I'd much rather inform the car than push the car. What?
Well, of course. Who wouldn't like to do that? All right. Okay. This is
It's
amazing.
easy.
I'm
So
go ahead.
it's just, it's a game changer. This type of technology, we're going to get away from the brick and mortar. We're going to get away from the chemical world, and we're going to go to the world of information. The world of information that dictates everything that can make.
Okay. Yeah. I'm seeing the big picture here, which is a question I have here. You say that this technology can erase human suffering, and I can see that. So you mentioned that you weren't able to broadcast your technology to a larger audience. So what is your high level overview of what this technology can do for medicine 4.0? Like, they're saying medicine 2.0 is where you have to have a disease and then then someone tries to heal you. Medicine 3.0 and 4.0 is being able to prevent medicine or, whatever. How do you see this working in a larger scale?
You're absolutely right. That's where I'm going with this. Today, yes, I can work with one photograph. I can work with many photographs simultaneously because I'm not working with people. I'm working with energy fields. Today, I work with 500,000 photographs.
Oh, wow.
That's right. I work with 500,000 photographs. This instrument could easily work with 5 million photographs. That instrument can easily work with 5 million photographs at a time. So where are we going? Well, that's the $64 question. That's brilliant of you. Let's work with everybody in the world by way of their photographic force field. Yes, that's my goal. Why not? Yes, I want to work with everybody that submits a photograph to me. My goal is to work with essentially 1 billion photographs a year. Yes.
You personally, or you would like to have this technology in hospitals and those places, right?
Our team with you, well, with our organization. I don't think this will be welcome in hospitals or health organizations. It's too avant-garde. And frankly, it's not medicine. We're not working with people. Even though there's a similarity, this has nothing to do with the medical profession. It's not working at the biological level.
Okay.
So I would have to inculcate, I would have to educate the medical community to accept that the biological level is inferior. What is superior is the informational level. And then the medical community would have to embrace that fact and study informational sciences. Well, there's only limited time during the day. So this will take a new genre of scientists.
Yeah, but I think that they're already there. I mean, they have the CT scans and they have the MRIs, and so they're working to diagnose. They just can't fix it with it, but they're diagnosing with that same kind of technology.
Yeah. So this not only diagnoses informational disease, identifies, but it also, if you will, cures, eradicates, removes the disease signal on a photograph. So it's all in one. That's brilliant of you. And now you see why I'm so happy about this research. Now you see why I've spent my life pursuing this informational science, this non-physical science.
Yeah. Listen, hey, we are progressing. Go ahead.
We are. This is the photograph of the scalar wave. It's time-lapse photography. Take a look at that double helix. It's a spiral.
Huh?
It's a spiral. What does that remind you of?
Oh, the DNA. Okay. Where's the top picture? Where is that coming from? And remember, we're gonna have a lot of people that are listening to this on audio. So explain it.
So I'm showing a time-lapse photograph of the scalar wave, and this was produced by way of experimentation. There's a Tesla coil inside a pyramid at the very top, surmounted at the top of that pyramid. We see a scalar wave. We see a spiral developing. Well, it so happens that a spiral, scalar energy is always a spiral. That spiral of energy, scalar energy, creates our DNA, which is a spiral of energy.
Right.
So what's the point? Information, scalar energy, produces the end result, the biological body.
Yeah. Well, that I understand, because yes, our DNA is it's an amazing thing, and I can understand that it's coming from energy, right? Yes. Okay. All right. Well, did I miss anything as far as what we can use the scalar energy for, and what you plan to what was your purpose on creating this? I know you said you wanted to work with 1 billion people in order to help them heal. So what are some of the things that you want to still share? Because we ran through our conversation very quickly.
Yeah, we did. Thank you. You're very thorough. There have been other applications of scalar energy. Some scientists have been able to negate gravity with scalar energy. And when you do that, you can obviously overcome gravity, and you can use this as a tool for transportation. Imagine if we can overcome gravity, we have anti-gravity travel at a high speed in complete safety, because you need a gravity force field, if you will, to have a collision. So what do I propose? That in the future, we'll use anti-gravity platforms for transportation. It's free, clean energy from the sun and the stars. You cannot have an accident because you need You need gravity to have an accident. And this way, we don't have to burn up fossil fuels. We'll just transport ourselves by way of an anti-gravity platform. Well, those are some of the benefits that we're going to see in the future with scalar energy. This instrument presently has enough power it can illuminate a light bulb in my hand. So this is another application. Mm-hmm. In the future, I'd like to take this energy and light up a city. If I can light up a light bulb, I should be able to light up a city with this energy.
Nice.
And what I've just demonstrated to those, if you're listening on audio, I held up a light bulb to the instrument, and the instrument is so powerful it illuminated a light bulb in my hand. So what does that mean? Without wires, that's the ambient energy from that instrument. That essentially is wireless energy, free energy from the sun and the stars. So if I can do that locally, eventually I should be able to do that 1,000 miles away and illuminate a building, illuminate a city
1,000 miles
away.
Right. Well, I'm thinking of solar energy because you can actually, they're doing solar energy panels now. Is that the same technology around?
It's different. When we have solar powers, we have to convert that into DC power. It charges up a battery. What I envision is scalar energy that's not DC electricity. It's another type of energy in which 24 hours a day, you can harness the energy. You don't have to depend upon sunlight. 24 hours a day, the energy's there.
Okay. Wow. Because you're right. You said the moon as well, and not just the sun. Okay. And the stars. Okay. Wow. Now, this is exciting, Tom. I'm very excited for you. And you created this yourself from a vision, or you're an engineer, and you're obviously quite brilliant.
Well, God bless. My predecessor was a man by the name of Galen Hieronymus. He was the initial inventor. I'm not the initial inventor. I've visited with his wife. I never met him, but I learned from his notes. And to this day, I'm working with a brilliant engineer and manufacturers. All of this behind me is custom built. I have to literally find each manufacturer, have everything custom built, everything's custom ordered. Then we have to engineer this, put this together, and we have to develop, if you will, once again, that standing wave. This instrument produces not an electrical current, but a standing wave, a double helix, a spiral of energy. So you are correct. You're accurate. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of engineering behind this. This is science now going on close to a century of engineering.
Wow. Yeah, I can tell. In order for you to create something like this, so phenomenal and so futuristic, then it takes, math, takes science, it takes physics, it takes all those different things where the ordinary human is not able to do that. You have to have exceptional ability, genius ability. So congratulations, even though you didn't, as you said, you weren't the founder of it, you were able to attach to it and bring it to the world. I mean, you don't always have to be the genius. You just have to be the person that brings it to the world. So, I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Thanks so much. It's been a lot of hard work. God has given me the wisdom. I want to make this very clear to your audience. This is not taught by academia. You're not going to find a college textbook. Scalar energy is a new and emerging branch of physics. You won't find this on any college curriculum. It's not there.
Right. No, of course not. Because it's wow. I mean, I don't even know what to call it, but it's amazing. So I'm so glad that I'm able to be the person that helps you to bring this to the masses and to give your baby or your invention and the things that you're passionate about some voice and some light. Now, you mentioned that you want to reach 1 billion people, and I know that you have a gift for the listening audience. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I always want to prove my work. As a scientist, I prove what I'm doing, and if I'm following the laws of science, I have nothing to worry about. The laws of science will bear out my work. My website is scalarlight.com. Anybody in the world is entitled to 50 days of free sessions. You'll email us your photograph. You can include your pets with your family, get their permission, include your family members. Remember, I only work with emailed photographs. If you go to the website, scalarlight.com, you can upload photographs, yourself, your family, your pets. And for 15 days, we're going to balance your chakras. We'll, if you will, look for disease patterns, eliminate, negate those disease patterns. All that is done on the informational field. Now, how people feel as a result, well, it depends upon the person. So I can't give any guarantee of renewed health. As a new science, we have to rely upon testimonies of people. There's no way to prove this in the physical realm. I can prove this in my laboratory. I cannot prove this with people. I don't work with people. So visit the website, scalarlight.com, and sign up for 15.
All right. So you sign up for 15 days, you send your picture, and you're able to respond back with this information and balance the chakras. And are you able to tell them if you see any disease signature?
I can, but it's just, there's just so many people that we work with now. I work with 500,000 people today. There's no way I can give them feedback. So I provide daily emails explaining in general what we're doing. I don't diagnose per person. That's laborious. Working with 500,000 people, I don't want to do.
Right. Okay. All right. So, so the purpose of the 15-day is to just balance the energy of the person.
Yes, that's correct. The first 15 days, people say that they feel better. Their sinus is clear. Why? Because we negate germs. We negate viruses, bacteria. We also balance the chakras. People say that they can sleep better, that they're happier, that their mental concentration has been, if you will, improved. A lot of people, we can download nutrients. We can take photographs of nutrients. That's a magnified photograph of riboflavin. And I can download the energy of nutrients into people by taking the photograph of the vitamin, matching it up with a person's photograph,
Wow.
downloading the energy of a vitamin into a person.
Oh my God.
So this way, there's no overdose of vitamins. You're receiving the energy of the vitamin energetically, and you only receive it in the quantum field. It's not a biological process.
Wow. That is amazing.
So much you can do in this.
After the 15 days. Okay. So after the 15 days, you want people to sign up, and in order to get their, so what do you offer for a trial?
Yeah. It's up to people if they want to continue. If they do, we have month-long programs, 30-day programs. We have a program for $89 a month in which anybody can sign up, and you can choose to stay on that program for months if you want, or you can just continue it after 2 or 3 months. So we want to make it very affordable. That's why we charge $89 a month. That averages out obviously to $3 a day.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think most people have the ability to pay $3.
Offering. Trust me.
I think
You go to get one CT scan and it's thousands of dollars.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, and thank you for being candid about that. You see, when you're working with a person, you only can work with one person at a time, and you're working at the chemical level, and it's so laborious. Today, Tom, one researcher, worked with 500,000 photographs, and it was easy. How could I ever work with 500,000 people? I can't. In a lifetime, I could not work with 500,000 people. In 2 hours, I work with 500,000 photographs. So this is the new way of wellness. I'm not going to say it's a health wellness. It's not physical wellness. It's informational wellness. But you're right. Sadly, it's very expensive. The medical model is very expensive.
Yeah. I know. My husband just had some CT scans, and I had a heart CT scan myself, and I know it's very expensive. Okay. So that's amazing. All right. Now, you mentioned earlier that you wanted people to email you for some reason. What is it that you're offering via email?
No, I'm going to use the website, scalarlight.com. I want to keep this simple. I'm going to point everybody just to the website, scalarlight.com. Scalarlight.com will allow anybody in the world 24 hours a day. It's open. Our portal is open. Our landing page is open. That's the key. Now, we have a company website. It's support@scalarlight.com. Support, and I'll, if you will, repeat that, support@scalarlight.com. If you have any questions, visit the website. You will see our address. You'll see our email address. You'll see our phone number there for you.
Okay. Wow. All right, Tom, I've been blown away by your conversation. Yeah, this is so deep, it's so beautiful, and it gives me hope for the future of the human race, as you say, as far as healing. And yes, we all know that the sun energy can heal and the moon energy can heal. And I started listening. One of my first mentors was Deepak Chopra, and he teaches that we are all stardust, stardust, and all these things are part of our human body. So,
he's right. Going back to our early discussion, what is scalar energy? It's a double helix, right? And what does that double helix do? It creates our DNA. So this is the new thought that we have to consider. What's the rhyme and reason here? How do we have DNA? How does that exist? Our DNA is created and maintained by scalar energy. DNA is a spiral of energy. Scalar energy is the spiral of energy that creates DNA. Once we realize that our DNA is made and maintained by scalar energy, we will make great progress. We will understand our being, our existence. And then how do we derive from that existence? What is the cause and effect relationship? Right now, we don't understand this. If we realize that scalar energy gives life to everything, it would be a different textbook that we're reading. We don't understand that.
Right, exactly.
It doesn't start at the chemical level. That's wrong. Everything always starts with light. Scalar light dictates DNA. It's that simple.
Yes. Hey, awareness. Awareness. Yes. This is a new concept that we can heal ourselves through photographs, the energy, the imprint of our photographs. Like I said, I was on the receiving end of healing, diagnosis and attempted healing of with the sound technology over the phone. So it's we're going into some new direction, and it's beautiful. Yes, it's a beautiful thing.
So to give the audience for instance, and I realize some of you are only listening on audio, we are having a conversation out through our computers. I see your image. You see my image in a computer. Well, if we could do that with a computer, why can't we send a photograph that's an image and communicate with the photograph? That's what I'm doing.
Oh, well, I understand that because we know what happens when we see. It's all light, photons, hitting our eyes and then converting it. And we all know how a photograph is created. So that part I understand. It's just that, I understand the concept. I don't understand how it works, but I understand the concept. What is really beautiful is that you're saying that a photograph has your energy of something that you can't even see with the naked eye, but you have an imprint. That's beautiful. It's beautiful stuff. So thank you, Tom. I enjoyed our conversation. I enjoy learning. And this is, it's good stuff. I'm going to submit my picture.
Please do so.
And my family's picture. And is we can all do. We can listen. I spend a lot of time. I don't do it as much now because I am, I meditate a lot in the quantum field. So this is not new information for me.
Yeah.
There's a time I was doing a lot of meditation to balance my chakras, and I don't do it as much. So I also understand, for people that don't know, the chakras are the energy of our bodies, right? And everything that happens with our body goes through our chakra energy portals. So, I mean, this is all part of the same thing, right? Your energy. So offering to balance your chakras, because actually, when you have disease, it's because your energy is blocked in one of your chakras. So it's a beautiful thing. Yes. So
Our, our chakras, as you mentioned, are energy centers. They're scalar energy centers. Our chakras spin because scalar energy spins. Our chakras are vortices because scalar energy is the main vortex that gives spin, gives information to our chakras. That's
yeah.
no mistake. This is the nature of people. This is the buildup. This is the fabric of people. Chakras are real. There's 7 points of scalar light.
Yes. Yes, I know. So the fact that you're offering that for free for 15 days, it's an amazing, amazing offer, guys. So make sure you jump on board. Not every day you have someone that's offering you something that can save your life, because yeah, if you balance your chakras, you get rid of stuck energy, you can also be reversing disease. So that's amazing. And then if you want to take it further, you can sign up for Tom's $89 a month program. That is not going to break you, and that will definitely help you, and help you to be disease free, end your suffering. So, listen, I am totally on board. Thank you, Tom. Again, Tom has mentioned his website several times. It's scalarlight.com. I will have a link out with a transcript of our conversation. I will link out to Tom's website and also his email if you have questions for support. And definitely take him up on the free offer. You're not going to find another one anywhere else like that. So thank you, Tom, for being on the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am very excited to bring you quality guests to help you to transform your mind so you can transform your life. Today, we're talking about the energy that we're all made up of. And we're diving a little deeper into it to understand, once you tap into it, what it can do for you. So congratulations, Tom, on your work. And I wish you much success. And I hope that that a lot of people will sign up and take advantage of this.
Thank you for being a gracious hostess, and thank you for seeing the big picture. Energy commands the universe. We're at the informational level. We can do so much with scalar energy. If this technology will change the world, that will liberate mankind.
I can see that. I can see that. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to be able to share this to the world and, improve people's lives. So thank you guys for tuning in to this week's episode. Thank you, Tom. Head over to the show page, which is myhelps.us, for the links that I mentioned to you before, if you did not catch that website. All right. Thank you, Tom. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, namaste.